Just wait for a sec, right? We're close. Okay, wait for that touch here, right? Wait for that touch. Just be patient. Just be patient. Just a couple pennies here, right? Just a couple pennies. All right, guys, I'm in. Average price 139.9. 139.9. Let's see if this thing can give us some immediate follow through here. So far, so good, right? So far, so good. Let's go, right? Great entry. Let's go. We'll look to add more if I can get that follow through under, right? Let's go, guys. Great entry. So current price 155, average price 139.9. Let's go. I'm going to take a little bit off here, guys. I'm going to take off a little bit off here at this 160. Right? Lock in a little bit of profit. Lock in that insurance. Let's go. Taking a little bit off there, guys. And now let's see if this can give us some big follow through past sort of our expected area of support here now, right? So we want to see this thing make lower lows, right? But now we have insurance. You cannot let this play go red. Stop loss on my remainder is going to be like 145. Really, really good patience waiting for that entry, guys. Really, really good patience waiting for that entry. Anyone else catch that 98.20 touch? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Did you find the, was that alert really helpful there? Look at that, 172 now. Let's go, guys. Let's go. So if we can get a little bit of further follow through, right? This is going to turn into a really, really nice play really, really quickly here, right? So let's see if this thing can behave. But in really, really good shape here all of a sudden. You guys understand the logic too on this entry? I'm going to push my stop loss up just a little bit. 150, I'm going to call it. 150 stop loss. Oh, that felt really good. That felt really, really good. You guys understand the logic, right? Now we have insurance. So let's see if this thing can flush for us and give us some follow through. But we actually top ticked that. So that's fantastic to see. And hopefully we did enough to have that right amount of insurance to get big follow through here. So let's see if this thing can keep going. Yeah, exactly, right? We're back in business here though. Back in business. See if we did enough. See if we did enough to survive. Again, Tesla, right? We would have been up on Tesla right now, but we're never holding through that, right? So we have to be realistic with ourselves. Feel good with this AMD though, guys. Feel really good with that AMD. So hopefully we did enough to survive any pullback here, right? Got to that 20% mark, so quick 20% scalp, right? So now see if we can get a little bit of follow through down to maybe towards that 180 area, right? Make lower lows, really break this thing down. QQQ certainly seems like it wants to push So hopefully we have the space here, guys. Hopefully we have the space. And at the very least, if you haven't locked in a little bit of profit here, that you're already protecting entry, right? So I'm protecting entry at 150. Hopefully we can get a bit more follow through as indexes look like they want to break. But let's go, everybody. Let's go. Good job. Pretty good candle for us, I would say, on that 5-min. So let's see if we can make lower lows on that inside bar here now and really push things down. If we make that lower low, we should get a little bit of a flush towards at least that low of day, hopefully. QQQ looks like it's the same setup, right? Apple, I mean, looks like it may be a little bit weaker, but in really good shape here, guys. So let's see if this thing can keep going. If, right, we can then get a sort of confirmation breakdown under this low of day, right, then we'll look to add on more in the same way we would normally look to enter a play, right? So then look to enter on a break and hold, right, and kind of get our average price to maybe like, I don't know, 155 maybe on those contracts, right? I'm just guesstimating here a little bit, but we don't need to do anything else besides sort of watch here and be very happy. We absolutely sniped that entry, guys. So that was pretty sick. That was really fun. And let's see if we can get a little bit of follow through and turn this into a very, very nice trade. Right, so that's 20% here now on a half-size play. You should be at least close to break even on the day, guys, right? So that's how it should be here with your sizing. So if you size your Tesla play accordingly, you should be pretty close to break even here on the day. So hopefully we can keep getting a bit of follow through and turn this into a green session. But that should be how your numbers are working here. Here we go, right? 180 on these contracts, guys. Let's go, right? See if we can get a little bit more follow through here, right? But in really, really good shape. I might look to take a little bit more off here in a second, right? Just keep locking in profit. I feel like that's a good habit to just keep getting into. I can get like maybe 185. I'm going to look to take maybe a little bit more off. Like 1/5 of what I have here. Right, like not really a big number, but I just want to keep locking in profit. So 185 is my next sort of take profit here, guys. That should happen any second now. But this is turning into a really, really nice win, right? 185 on these contracts here, in at 139.9, call it 140. So we're crushing it, guys. This is a fantastic little scalp, right? Hopefully you guys are all green on the day here now as well. And we keep getting a little bit of follow through on the rest of this this action. But we have a really good setup here, right? Really good volume profile. And let's keep crushing it, guys. Let's keep absolutely crushing it. Stop loss, I'm going to push it up here a little bit. Let's call it 162-ish, whatever the low is of this candle is. So I'm just going to drag that down. So that's 160, call it 161. And now we're 191 on these contracts. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Right? This thing is flying here. So really, really well done. Absolutely crushing it on this play. And hello, right? I feel very good about that entry logic. Right? So that's 40%, guys, right? 40% on that 195 touch. Hopefully you guys are all green here on this play. That's a huge trade for us. See if we can get this thing to run past that 50% barrier. But we talked about how this is going to be our way of catching those bigger wins. Right? 40% little scalp there is nothing to complain about. And we were pretty much correct right away. So good job, guys. Nice work, Max. Nice work, dude. We're finally, we finally outpaced you on a trade here today. But really good job, man. Your consistency is very envious. It's you're really crushing it, man. Very proud. So stop loss, guys, 161 on this remainder. And let's see how much further follow through we can get. But you have no excuse to be red on the day here now, as long as you didn't go stupid sizing on your sort of Tesla play. So good job, guys. 40% win on a half size play is a fantastic result. Let's go. So still an inside bar here, right? Essentially my stop loss is if we can make a higher high, right? Call it 97.66 on my remainder. So if we kind of break through that area, I'm going to look to get out, right? It'll be we'll get a symbol here. That blue dot's going to disappear on us if we make that higher high here. Hopefully it doesn't happen, right? Again, that 161 on those contracts, 97.66 on the underlying. So whatever really happens first here, hopefully we can keep getting a bit of follow through and kind of push this past that 50% barrier. That would be a ton of fun, but 40% on a half size play, I will never complain about. It looks like it's a relatively similar setup across the board. So hopefully we've done enough to survive this, this relative pullback and we can kind of keep flushing. But I'm not going to get too greedy here, guys. Not going to get too greedy here if we're unable to keep getting some follow through. Very much just making sure I'm protecting that whatever happens on this play, I am going to be green on the day and not giving anything away in that context. To a certain extent, trading my P&L, rather be green than lucky. So hopefully we can just keep stacking them up, but really happy with that entry logic. Hopefully we keep getting a bit of follow through. Hopefully we can keep getting a bit more of a chance, but we top ticked that really well. And so let's not get too greedy here. When it's still a relatively choppy market, right? We've struggled with those breakouts and breakdowns here recently in this market. So if we can catch that range in between, right, that's not a bad place to be for us. So good job, guys. Hope we keep getting a bit more action here, keep getting a bit more follow through, but not getting too attached to this move if it doesn't give us that immediate follow through. It's funny how less choppy things feel when your entry's perfect, eh? So since we've gone in, right, still been relatively choppy price action, pretty wicky price action. But because our entry was perfect or because our timing was pretty much perfect, we don't really get stressed by that chop. Or at least, I mean, I'm speaking for myself here to a certain extent. But, you know, we got that instant cushion by being super patient with our entry, right? And I think that's a really important thing to remember in these conditions, right? Where maybe we could have had a little bit of an earlier entry, like we were talking about that 150 target, right, on those AMD, but we waited for that touch, right, of that 86 or 88.20, 98.20, sorry, right? So we waited for that touch, and because we were just a little bit extra patient in that run up, right, this choppy price action doesn't feel choppy to us, right? We're not sitting in that muck, right? So just another example of why patience is so important for us. And really good validation here, guys. Really good validation here today. And really happy we were able to catch that. So good job, guys. Really proud of you all for being patient, for sizing your plays well. And let's see if we can keep getting that low of day break, right? We got that low of day break. So we have a chance for that 100% plus runner, right? And that's when things will start getting really fun for us. And we'll start seeing some big changes in our accounts, right? So really good risk reward ratio like we had initially, approximately here. Right, so we're risking 44 cents for $1.80 essentially. Right, that's a great risk reward ratio for us. So if we can get those kind of situations, then we get a little bit of luck. That's how we're going to get those big plays. But we got to make sure that our process, right, is bulletproof. Our process is logical, and hopefully we can keep making lower lows and keep flushing this thing down. And then all we were doing here, right, on this AMD is we were just looking to continue this sort of trend, right? So increasing volume there yesterday, right? Big gap down. So we had certainly a lot of momentum to the downside. And we're back towards sort of that 40% win here, guys. So don't get greedy. You know, if you want to lock in 40%, that's a great place to lock in a big day, right? So congratulations, guys. Keep stacking them up. Keep killing it. And hopefully we can keep getting a little bit of follow through. Pass towards, I mean, I'd love to make new low of day here, right? And run this thing down towards like that $95 barrier. That would be epic. And then look, good increasing volume here on this candle. So again, there's nothing here that tells us we need to get out. It looks good to me, right? Looks like we did enough to survive that pullback. And let's see if this thing can keep flushing. But let's go, guys. Let's go. Guys, I'm going to lock in a little bit more profit at this 195. I'm just not going to be greedy here, right? So I'm going to lock in at 40%. It's a huge win. And I'm going to push my stop loss up a little bit once that fills, if it fills. And I'm taking off a little chunk here, like 10 contracts essentially. So nothing big from my position. It's like 10% of what I have left contracts-wise. So nothing too greedy, but I just want to keep locking in profit, get into that habit of catching, of just not being greedy, right? So if this thing keeps flushing, right, and it makes those lower lows, we'll have an opportunity to re-add, right, and do those things. But in between, let's make sure that we're still trading with good habits. Does anyone still have any runners left on this AMD, guys? Let's go, Nitesh. Let's go. Nice work. And are you green on the day? Nice. Hiding your P&L. Remember, guys, like I have no beef with that. That's totally reasonable, right? So you're just protecting yourself from yourself. I like that. So good job, man. Good job. Right? It's not about necessarily following my system to the T, guys, right? It's about taking what I show you, right? Taking what I teach you and then making it, adapting it to your personality, right? My experiences as a trader, your experiences as a trader, my experiences as a human, right? Your experiences as a human, all influence, right? These little psychological things that we deal with within the market, right? So for lack of a better term, my first trading job, I was trading $40 million positions. So I was taking $2, $3, $4 million swings sometimes, right? In some of these plays. Just crazy, right? But that's influenced my ability to maybe not get impacted by the P&L as much, right? But that's different for everyone, right? How many people can say that that was their first trading job, right? So it's important to keep those things in context, right? To focus more about trying to be you versus trying to be me or trying to be Warren Buffett or trying to be some other trader you follow, right? There's a million different ways to win, right? There's a million different ways to do that sort of stuff, but there's a few little core basics that are universal. And if you can master those, then you'll take care of everything else. Again, right? Still kind of that choppy behavior, right? Some of that choppy price action. We don't care, right? Because we have a huge buffer on this play. So, fantastic work, everybody. I'm going to push my stop loss up a little bit. It's 161 at the moment. I'm going to push it to like 170. Just keep wanting to be a little bit aggressive here, right? Without being too aggressive. So there might be a little bit of a learning curve here. Still how I want to manage my position intraday with this. But giving it a little bit of breathing room here, and hopefully we can keep getting a bit of follow through. But guys, right, in great shape here. Still trying to take some off at that 195. That's still a target if we can get some off. But really, really good shape here, everyone. Let's go. All right, there we go. Locked in some profit there. A bit more at that 195. Just going to readjust my stop loss. Still going to be at that 170 target here. And let's see if this thing can now flush towards that 100% barrier for us. That would be a lot of fun here. And we can keep kind of running this thing down. I'm actually going to be a little bit more aggressive with my stop loss. I'm going to go 178. That's the low of this this candle here. And let's see if this thing can run. But what a win, guys. What a win. And let's see if this thing can keep going. Congratulations to everyone who caught this. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Making lower lows here all of a sudden, right? Let's go. Average price 139, current price 205. Hello. So let's see if this thing can keep flushing here for us. Creeping up towards that 50% barrier though, everyone, right? And that's a fantastic place to be. So let's even get a little bit of an overreaction flush here, right? Really push this thing down towards that $95 mark, and we can be absolutely laughing. Very, very happy with this entry. Very, very happy with this play. And very, very happy that a bunch of you guys caught this as well. Congratulations, everybody. So I'll call it 210. Will probably be what, like 50%, something like that. So going to keep watching this close, right? If we can get a maybe longer time frame break and hold here on increasing volume, we'll look to sort of to kind of add to my position here potentially. Right, that's going to bring my average up, to about that 160 mark. So we'll still have a really big buffer here, but I don't want to overwhelm myself with doing things here at the moment. Right, we're in a big winning position, sitting on a nice green day here. Right, almost 1%. So not really. I don't know how much greedier I want to get. Right, I don't know how much greedier I want to get. That'll be something to maybe keep working on instead of trying to force too many things down my own throat here at once. Stop loss on my remainder is going to be 185 stop loss. And just going to keep it approximately like 10% behind the price. So that would have been the spot where we would have added, right, as we make that lower low here, right? In theory, this would have been where we would have added a contract or two, or, add in that sort of second half. But I'm not doing that here, guys. Just for full disclosure, I'm not doing it. Very happy with this play, not getting greedy. Rather see if this thing can keep giving me a little bit of follow through instead of trying to add more to it and kind of overwhelming myself with new information. So one step at a time, right? Baby steps here. And if baby steps are 50% wins, I like those baby steps, right? So let's keep this thing, hope this thing can keep going for us. But we got nothing to tell us that that bearish momentum is disappearing. Nothing that tells us that we're in a bad spot. I just don't want to get too greedy here and get Tesla'd pretty much, right? So happy to be where I'm at. If you averaged in, right, you're looking at a price of like, I don't know, like 165 or something like that. 170-ish. That gives you a lot of a buffer, right? A big buffer for this kind of breakdown. It's a lot of insurance. But I'm just not being greedy here, guys. Just not interested in it. Maybe later on we can have a little bit more confidence in just getting this timing right and have a few more of these wins under my belt. Then it'll be a lot easier to sort of add that in. But let's just start the week off strong, right? Let's add to build that momentum, right? Let's gain confidence that we know how to trade this chop a little bit, and then it'll be a lot easier mentally, physically, right? Our accounts will be able to deal with it a lot easier. So one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time here. Stop loss is now 192. 192. Whatever the low of this candle is. I'm just being super anti-greedy. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Like, if I can lock in 40% win, guys, protect a 40% win, I should always be doing that, I think. So nothing to do here besides watch, right? Across the board, not really getting many interesting looking setups, right? Not really getting that right volume profile. Certainly wouldn't be looking to enter any of these looks if we weren't in a play already, right? So I don't think we're missing out on too much here, guys. Caught that move in AMD and seems to be sort of the best looker here so far. See if we can keep getting a bit of follow through here, right? Keep getting a bit more action. Stop loss is 192 still here, right? Might even push this up towards that 194 mark. Seems to be a little bit of a shelf there on the option chain. But let's see if this thing can break down and keep giving us a little bit of follow through. Would love to get 100%, but I don't want to get greedy. I'm just trying to put out that positive energy into the universe, and maybe we can kind of get that action. But in great shape here. Nothing to do besides watch, right? Maybe the longest trade now in DTR history almost. And this is what we want, right? We want that insurance, which we got on that breakdown. We wanted that easy play, right? We were almost correct instantly. So this is exactly what we want to see. Very, very happy with this outcome. Very, very happy with the process. So there's 50% now on AMD. Let's go. And hope we can keep getting a bit of follow through here, guys. Keep getting a bit of follow through. Very, very happy with this play. Let's keep crushing it. Great start to the week, guys. Great start. Now we're making aggressive lower lows. So let's see if we can get a big flush here and really push this thing down. But very, very stoked with this sort of outcome here so far. Good job, everyone. Anyone else still in this here with me? Nitesh, I hope you are. Guys, I'm locking in a little bit more profit there at that 210. So took 10 contracts off there at that 210. And just want to keep getting in the habit, right, of locking in winning plays, right? Locking in at big wins. Not getting too greedy here, right? Still have a decent chunk to let this thing run, right? About like, I mean, this is a big day now all of a sudden. But I have a decent chunk here to keep running here if it keeps breaking down. But certainly not getting too greedy and not holding on forever, right? And it's nice to say that if I locked in at 210, right, top ticked it at 50%, just nice to just kind of build up those habits, right? Build up that confidence and just maintain good trading habits. I don't know how you guys feel, but today felt like a little bit of an evolution in sort of our, like, at least in my ability to stomach trades. I mean, like, started the day off, right, getting a little bit head faked, taking a little, market kind of spitting in our face a little bit. And then we spat right back, right, with an incredible entry, changed up our logic just a little bit. Kind of felt like, kind of just felt like that evolution here, or like a real significant sign of improvement. So I'm just very happy with that. I'm gonna get stopped out here in a second. Stop loss 194. Imagine I get stopped out. There we go. Got stopped out, guys. Let's go, though. What a play. That was awesome. So if I get stopped out protecting 40%, can lock some in at 50%, that's great, right? If we do that once a week, we're laughing, right? So good job, everyone. Congratulations to everyone who caught that. Hopefully you guys are all nicely green on the day here as well. And let's keep stacking up these wins, guys. Let's keep building up this confidence. Let's keep improving day in, day out. And let's keep having a lot of fun out there. That was a great way to start the day. Now I'm not going to be in a rush to certainly do anything else too crazy here, right? Not really interested in overtrading, not really interested in rushing anything that isn't there. We caught that one really good trade here for the day, so let's not overtrade. Let's not give anything back, right? Let's make sure that we're putting in good disciplined habits, right? And kind of controlling those things that we can control. But fantastic outcome, right? In at 139, took them out at 210. And then got stopped out at 194. So that's a pretty sick trade. That's a pretty sick day. And I'm buzzing about that result. That was a ton of fun. And it didn't feel stressful at all. It did not feel stressful at all. So that always makes me feel good too. So good job, everyone.